Hi, this is a Renault Megane 03 plate 1.6. Now, what I've just done is, I'll explain what I've done. Had problems with it, with the wipers going, the flashes going on it, power steering gone, coming up saying electrical fault on the dashboard. Looked on the web and they said that it was water getting into the fuse box under the bonnet. They also said to take out the fuse box, dry it all out, wipe it all clean, get the circuit board out of the fuse box and wipe that down, and it should work. So I've just done it now. I didn't video it while I was doing it in case it didn't work, but it has, so I'll explain what I've done. Took the battery cover off, which is usually undoing them nuts here. There's only one nut on this one, but there's usually another nut there. Take the battery cover off. Then disconnect your battery terminals. Always disconnect the negative terminal first and then disconnect the positive terminal after. Move them out of the way. You don't have to take the battery out, just disconnect the terminals. Once you've done that, you go to this side. Now, that is where the fuse box is, underneath there. What you've got to do, you're better off taking this panel off first, which is just a little plastic panel, by popping that out with the screwdriver, pop it out, then this panel comes off. Easy enough. Once you've got that panel off, this cover just pulls off, pull it off, and you see all the wires then going into a black box. What you need to do is, down in this corner here, there's a nut, or a bolt I should say. Undo that bolt, and then what size it was, but undo that bolt. It's holding on, I think it's a live wire, but because you've disconnected the battery, there's no problem. Undo the bolt, pull a live wire off, and then that releases the fuse box from underneath there. Wiggle the fuse box out with the wire still connected to it, or you can just take the wires out of there and then wiggle the fuse box out. It'll come out easy enough with the wires connected or not. Just pull them out, disconnect the wires. Don't worry about connecting the wires back up, because the sockets, none of the sockets are the same, so you can't get them mixed up. Once you've got it out, as I say, disconnect all the wires in, then you'll have a black box, roughly the size of that. With the black box then, all the way around the edge, you'll find little clips. If you prise them apart with a thin screwdriver, the casing will come off and you have the circuit board underneath. Get the circuit board out, wipe it all down. I got a hairdryer and blew it all off with a hairdryer to make sure it was all dry. Once it was all dry and I got all the dirt out of the circuit board, off the circuit board, and cleaned it up, I just put the circuit board back in the casing, reconnected all the wires up to the casing, put the casing back in there, put the bolt in, connected up the wire, the earth wire by there, put the bolt in, put it all back together, put the cover on, and then reconnect your battery after you've put all the wires back in, and put it back in there, reconnect your battery, put the cover on. I just got in the car now and drove it round the block. No electrical fault come up on it, nothing at all. What caused the electrical fault was actually water getting into your fuse box. If it happens again, what they say to do is to seal around the cover with a water sealant. I haven't done that simply because when I took this cover off, it wasn't on firmly, it was loose, and that's how I think the water has got in there. It was quite loose. So it's fitted on firmly now, and there's no electrical fault. On the dashboard, the car drives perfect. Hope this have helped you.